So yesterday was 420, April 20th, which is like basically the closest thing to a biblical holiday that a stoner could ever have. It is like literally my girlfriend called me yesterday and was like, I'm in Illinois, so weed is legal here. The dispensary that was near her house was like packed at 9 a.m. She drove past it and she was like, why at 9 a.m.? A lot of those people shouldn't be up. And it's because yesterday was the holy holiday of 420. And people, I was just looking up, I didn't even know, although the origins of 420 are debated and why that number is a thing, according to popular lore, a group of California high school students in the 1970s met after school at 4:20 p.m. to smoke weed, and the day has been globally celebrated for years. And this is kind of just like an insane thought to me that there's this entire holiday that has really caught wind, pun intended, 420. And it's become so big that so many people are talking about it. In fact, I even got emails from companies. I got emails from companies. Let me pull it back up my notes here. I got emails from companies that were advertising for 420. Now, even when I was in like middle school and high school before weed was legal, 420 was like something that was kind of like talked about, like, oh man, it's 420. Like people are going to smoke weed and stuff. And I, like I said, I got a lot of promotional emails this year, though. It's not just like something that was kind of taboo, that was a joke for middle school boys to make. Now I get promotional emails from Fortune 500 companies about 420. McDonald's pushing the munchies in one of their promotional emails, Warner Brothers with a stoner playlist of movies and more. I mean, I'm sure, I don't know Netflix specifically, but a lot of streaming services had things like, oh man, here's something to watch when you're stoned, man. Here's something to watch when you're stoned, man. Cheech and Chong, man. Just have some good kush, man. Be a burnout, man. Be lazy, man. That's how all of them sound to me. All those potheads. But when did it become socially acceptable, so socially acceptable for drug use to be used as a promotional tool for Fortune 500 companies? I will give you $20. I will Venmo somebody $20 if you or someone you know is an employee at if you can show me that your company that you are employed for did some level of promotion for 420 as a weed holiday, and in your employee handbook, it says that you're not allowed to be high on the job. Because if that's the case, you're kind of a hypocrite, in my opinion. But once again, this once taboo. So that bet is on the table. $20 to anybody. If your company that you work for, like McDonald's or whatever, advertised for weed and then also says that you can't be high and you get drug tested. It's become so commonplace to discuss this from even major brands. If you were to do the same thing, think about this. If you were to do the same thing, if McDonald's were to come out and be like, you know what goes well with a Big Mac or your Chicky Nuggies is a good Marlboro Red. Imagine if they did that. If they came out and advertised cigarettes or promoted in some way cigarette usage with their product, they would be the devil. You'd be evil. And all the liberals that are hailing marijuana usage would hate on cigarette usage. And now many will come at me and say, well, Kevin, that's different. They are. Cigarettes actually have much lesser impact on your brain. Both have about equal impact on your lungs. Both have comparable effect on your lungs, and one has worse effects on your brain. But the liberals would be mad about the cigarettes, happy about the weed. Along with that, not only is it major brands that are pushing this marijuana crap, we also have the vice president and the president, but I took the vice president's because she's more of a hypocrite. The vice president talking about marijuana. The president of the United States yesterday called for people in every state, if they were in jail for a minor drug offense, to be released by the governors, that he asked the governors to all pardon them. But Kamala says nobody should have to go to jail for smoking weed. We must continue to change our nation's approach to marijuana while reforming the justice system so it finally lives up to its name. No one should be jailed just for using or possessing marijuana. I don't necessarily disagree with that opinion, but I do disagree with Kamala Harris espousing it because when she was a district attorney, she jailed a lot of people. In fact, I even posted this to Twitter. If we go back and share this same page, you can look at my response here. To be clear, Kamala Harris is responsible for the jail time of about 2,000 people for marijuana-related offenses from her time as the San Francisco district attorney. So who thinks she should resign? It's been a huge scandal because she put so many people in jail for utilizing weed. But now, as a vice president, no one should go to jail. No one should go to jail. And even while she was on the campaign trail in 2020, she admitted to smoking weed and she inhaled, which was a little spite out at or jab at Bill Clinton, because Bill Clinton comes out and says that he had smoked it, but he didn't inhale. That's okay. He didn't inhale. But maybe I'm just maybe I'm dating even myself on that. But yeah, so that's the thing. We've all been lied to about marijuana. We've all been lied to about marijuana. It's not good overall. Its legalization has a net negative. I have videos about that on my page. You should go check it out. I know that's even controversial among some Republicans. I'm not saying you should be jailed, but we've been lied to about it. It doesn't have the negative health effects about smoking weed are just as much, if not more, than the positives that people claim to have from it. It was originally sold as just this thing for cancer patients to try to like give them a little bit of a good time before they died. And now it's like this thing that's more common. It is more socially acceptable to smoke weed in public than it is to smoke a cigarette. And both have a revolting smell left afterwards. Take it from me, a former smoker, not of weed, of cigarettes. So, but that's my first quick hit. I know I took a little bit more time on it, but that's just because I get kind of heated at the way that people treat this kind of crap and lie about marijuana usage.